Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch. You know, supplies of natural gas, that's the most used power in the United States, have been experiencing some constraints nationwide, and prices are soaring daily. You know this. So car buyers are going electric. But what about the power grid in the future? In today's Car Smarts, Lauren Fix, the car coach, shares with us some dangers that we might have in our future.
The government keeps telling everyone that the war on fossil fuel can be beat by purchasing an electric car. Americans are in a bind. We can't avoid fossil fuels. They are literally used in everything we touch every day. And as the average cost of gasoline reaches $5 a gallon and electricity prices continue to increase, we are told that 1 billion people are at risk of power blackouts as the global grid is stretched to its limits with rolling blackouts. Grids are stretched thin by fossil fuel shortages, drought, heat waves, and the failing green energy transition that can only supply up to 18% of our current needs. The lack of battery storage and the issues with generation when the sun doesn't shine and when the wind doesn't blow will create instabilities and more stress on the grids. All of these energy problems are leading to a perfect storm of blackouts, which threatens much of the Northern Hemisphere. The power in much of the country and part of Canada is stretched. According to the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, it's among the most dire assessments yet from the regulatory body. In California, the most populous state, climate change is being pushed and plans to shut down the last nuclear power plant has been halted. The California Independent System Operator said this month that the state may be at the risk of blackouts for the next few summers. On the 15-state grid operated by the Midcontinent Independent System Operator, projected it has insufficient power generation to meet the highest demand periods this summer, especially in its Midwest states. This would affect consumers in 11 states who are at risk of outages, and that's about 42 million people. And the grid has never before been given a warning of this kind ahead of the summer demand. In Texas, the grid is still at risk of shortages despite the state's scramble to improve reliance after February 2021 winter storm that left millions in the dark for days. Texas quickly learned that wind and solar were not the answer, and this is from a top oil-producing state. If grids become stressed and break down this summer, it would be an ominous sign for things for this coming winter. So what does all this have to do with the automotive industry? The push for electrics and the increased cost of fuel has revealed an interest in electric cars as a possible option for drivers. And the power grid cannot support more electric cars charging, and people will have to limit electricity use or be forced to rolling blackouts, which will occur because supply can't meet demand. Here's the bottom line. The "let them eat Tesla" comment from Michigan Senator Debbie Stabenow touts the fact that she drives an electric car and passes gas stations and doesn't worry about gas prices. How arrogant. And what an example that she stated that she is well aware that gas prices are high. Not everyone can afford an electric car, especially with today's inflation. According to Kelley Blue Book, the average cost of an electric vehicle is $56,437, roughly $10,000 more than the industry average. And according to data from the U.S. Census Bureau, the median household income for Michigan, her state, is $59,234. The feds are now talking about implementing another gas tax that would impact drivers. Energy, gas, and diesel prices are a huge problem, and these high prices and shortages impact everyone, and apparently prices are going to rise even more. And the stress of the electric grid will impact everyone. I'm Lauren Fix, and you can find this information on my website, carcoachreports.com and dailyflashshow.com.